Hey, get in here, take a seat. What's that? Oh, crying smokes. Why do they let you talk? Yeah, some drink from the fountain of knowledge. You, my friend, are merely gargling. Hey, you know what? Get that door closed before my principal walks by. I don't want to hear what I'm doing. Why? Because I'm the history teacher, and I'm going rogue. So, what is this rogue of which you speak? Well, when I started teaching, I taught history. The key term in history is story. What's the story of the past? What's the story of the United States of America? What's the story of the world? What happens when the last Holocaust survivor dies? What happens to that horrific episode of world history? Do we remember what happened? Or does it get swept into the dust heap of history? History has been described as coloring in the ghosts of the past. Today, we're going to color in some ghosts of the past. What my students remember about my classes is activities and stories that are told. Let's go old school. Let's color in those ghosts. Let's look at the Tent Pant Jew and other champions of the California Gold Rush. Let's go rogue. In 1848, in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada Mountains east of Sacramento, James W. Marshall was dredging a section of the American River under a mill owned by George Sutter. And as he was pulling the mud and the rocks away from the water wheel, trying to increase the flow of the water, something caught his eye. Silt caught from the flow of water buried the object. He pulled more dirt away, revealing a muted yellow glow obscured by the silt of the river. Marshall jammed his shovel under the object and raised it to the surface of the river. And suddenly, the heavens parted. James Marshall had discovered gold. Gold that lay in huge veins, in huge quantity, in California's Sierra Nevada mountains. Despite his attempts to hide his gold, news spread. And starting in 1849, hundreds of thousands of people descended on San Francisco. Not just from the United States, but from all over the world. Mexico, South America, Europe, China, Australia. What's that? Yes, that is exactly why they're called 49ers. But you gotta keep something in mind here. Only a handful of miners really struck it rich during the gold rush. Most gave up after a few years, more impoverished than they were before. Many died. The guys, people that did the best during the period were the suppliers of the services that the gold mining outfits needed. If you could form metal into shovels and pans, and you had a market for your goods. If you had access to eggs, and if you could scramble every morning, you had another source of income. A young butcher from New York made his way to the gold rush, gave up mining and established a meatpacking plant in Placerville. His name was Phillip Armour. Hot dogs. Armour hot dogs. A dog so good, it bites you back. Didn't move a heavy load? Use a wagon sold by Wheelbarrow Johnny, John Studebaker. When the gold ran out, he returned to Indiana and went on to produce Studebaker automobiles, all the way through the 1950s. Before the railroads had extended all the way to California, the gold had to find some way back east where it could be used on a large scale. One rider on one horse? It's not very efficient. One driver on a wagon filled with gold being pulled by 4 horses? That's Wells Fargo. Side note, along the trails there were bandits. So to keep the cargo safe, they would mount a guard with a shotgun on the top of the coach. So if you were next to the driver, you were riding shotgun. Considering that very few women headed the gold fields, you could probably guess another opportunity where money can be made. If you were a woman, yes, prostitution was rampant in 1850s San Francisco as guys came down from the hills singing a little The most successful was a Chinese immigrant named Atoy, who became the mistress and owner of, what's that? Yes, Atoy. She's Chinese. Right, they have different names than we do. No, nothing to do with boy toy. Awesome. Mistress and owner of a string of brothels throughout the city, importing girls from China to work for her. She basically built San Francisco's Chinatown. But this is really the story of the Jewish tailor. So, with 2 semesters of high school drama under my belt, thank you, Mike Wilson, and a few more years of teaching, let's tell the story of this Jewish tailor. I promise you, Reb, tell you, your daughter will not starve. No, not Molten Tom's will. the tailor from Phillip Armour. He's from Germany? Okay. In the California goldfield, for halfway going outside of Columbia State Park near Sonora, a man arrives, pick and shovel in hand. He had been a tailor in Bavaria. The mining company that he worked for put him up in a tent where he could rest before work the next morning. Sunrise. He heads off to the mines, but his conspicuous features catch the attention of a couple of the other miners. Hey there, boy! Yes, good morning. You got some funny looking hair there, boy. Hey, I know that hair. I know him. He is a Jew boy. Yes, I am Jewish. Motzel tov there, Jew boy. Well then, shalom there, Jew boy. Yes, and good luck to you as well. Our Jewish friend headed down into the mine with some of the other miners. We dig the whole day through. We dig. Hey, you ever think any of the dwarves went and hung out with Ochoy? Nah, just a little theater of the mind, you know, dopey, dark, sleazy. I digress. Dig it over through. 12 hours later, no gold. He exits the mine at the end of the day, disappointed, but feeling good about his effort. He had earned the $2 he would get paid that day. Then, there in the light, he saw a tear in his pants. Oy vey. Big deal. He was a tailor. He went back into his tent, needle and thread, sewed it up. He went to bed that night. A storm blew up over the camp. The wind blew. Rain fell. But our Jewish friend was safe inside his tent. The next morning, he headed off to the mines again. He got the attention of those same miners. Hey there, boy! Yes, good morning. Hey, you know who that is? It's Jew boy. Yes, I am the Jewish man that you met yesterday. Nice to see you again. Well, Motzel tov there, Jew boy. Yeah, shalom, Jew boy. Yes, and shalom to you, goyim. Shalom. Shalom. Why do you keep saying that? Well, it means hello. It also means goodbye. It also means peace. Oh, like aloha? Our Jewish friend headed down into the mine with the other miners again. We dig the whole day through. Dig through. Left again, disappointed, no gold that day. But he felt good about his effort. He had earned the $2 he would get paid for that day. Then, there in the light, he saw another tear in his pants. Oh, hey, big deal. He was a tailor. He went back to his tent, needle and thread, sewed it up. He went to bed that night. A storm blew over the camp again. The wind blew. Rain fell. But our Jewish friend was safe inside his tent. The next morning, he headed off to the mines again, catching the attention of the pair of miners from the previous day. Hey there! Motzel tov there, Jew boy! Yeah. Good morning, goyim. Our Jewish friend headed down into the mine. We dig the whole through. At the end of the day, no gold. He was disappointed, but he felt good about his effort. He had earned the $2 he would get paid that day. Then, there in the light, he saw a tear in his pants. Oi! He looked around at the other miners and his crew and saw tears in their pants as well. He was a tailor. He went back to his tent, needle and thread, sewed up the tear in his pants. He went to bed that night. A storm blew up over the camp. The wind blew. Rain fell. But our Jewish friend was safe inside of his tent. As the storm lightened up, inspiration struck. Bing! He went out and found an empty tent, tore it down, took it back to his own tent, and cut out a pair of pants from the tent itself. Needle and thread, sewed them up, put them on. Perfect fit. The next morning, he headed off to one of the mines, but his conspicuous features and his conspicuous dress caught the attention of a couple of the other miners. Hey there, Jew boy! Boy, good morning, goyim. Hey, you got some funny looking pants there, Jew boy. What are those? They're something of my own creation. Hey, I know what that is. That's a tent. He's wearing a tent for pants. He's a tent pant boy. Yes, I made these for going into the mine. Well, you know what that makes him. That makes him tent pant Jew boy. Well, Motzel tov there, tent pant Jew boy. Our Jewish friend headed down into the mine with his crew. We go through. At the end of the day, no gold. He left the mine, disappointed, but feeling good about his effort. He had earned the $2 he would get that day. Then, there in the light, he noticed there were no tears in his pants. His pants were just as good as they were when he went into the mine. He was a tailor. He went back to his tent and sewed more pants. He went to bed that night. A storm blew over the camp. The wind blew. Rain fell. But our Jewish friend was safe inside his tent. The next day, our Jewish friend awoke, pulled on his new pants, and headed towards the mine. Hey, isn't that Jew boy? Tent pant Jew boy. Hey, Jew boy, how many pants don't have any tears in them? Yeah, I got a tear right Back here. Unfortunately, yes. What's going on with your pants? I made them myself. They're made out of a tough denim cloth. Looks like they're made out of a tent. Hey, you think those tent pants might work for me? Well, I think they would work for anyone. Can you make me a pair of tent pants, you boy? I'd be glad to. For a price? Price? Name the price. I've had a draft running down my leg for the past 3 months. Yeah, make me some tent pants too, will you there? By the way, what's your name there, Jew boy? My name? It is Levi. Levi Strauss. Levi's! Denim pants! Pants from tents! Levi Strauss went on to become the largest clothing producer in the world. Who knew? Hey, this was fun. I want to thank my producer Michael Cox and Mr. Brent Allen for allowing us to use the studio here on the campus of Columbia High School. I hope you had fun, and I hope you learned something. Comment, like, and subscribe if you did. I hope to see you again real soon, but I won't quit my day job. I'm Mark Haggard. I'm a history teacher, and I've gone rogue. To life, l'chaim, 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 to life.